mountains lived a young man named Samer. From a young age, Samer had been plagued by fear. He was afraid of heights, afraid of the dark, and terrified of speaking in front of people. These fears held him back from achieving his dreams or even living a normal life. Samer grew up in a modest home with his mother, who always encouraged him to face his fears. She would tell him, "Courage is not the absence of fear, it's the ability to move forward despite it." But her words were never enough. Every time Samer tried to take a small step toward change, his fear would hold him back and keep him confined. The moment that changed everything. One day, Samer heard about a mountain climbing competition being held in the town. The winner would receive a large cash prize, enough to cover the cost of his university education, a dream he had longed for. Despite having never climbed a mountain before, Samer decided to enter the competition. The decision wasn't easy. Every voice in his head screamed at him, "You can't do it. You'll fail. What if you fall?" But Samer silenced those voices and began preparing for the competition. With his mother's help, he bought an old rope and a few second-hand tools and started training himself step by step. The big day. On the morning of the competition, Samer woke up feeling extremely nervous. The mountain looked towering and intimidating, and the other participants seemed far more experienced and well-equipped. He almost backed out at the last minute, but then he remembered his mother's words and her unwavering faith in him. When the race began, he felt overwhelmed, but with each step he took, his fear started to fade. He faced several challenges, including slipping on rocks, but he kept telling himself, "If I give up now, I'll live my whole life in fear." The inner transformation. Halfway up the mountain, Samer felt exhausted and doubted his ability to continue. But at that moment, he stopped and took a deep breath, looking around at the breathtaking view. For the first time in his life, he saw beauty in the challenge. He realized that fear existed only in his mind, and he had the power to overcome it. Determined, he decided to push forward no matter what. He climbed with steady steps, and as he neared the summit, something inside him began to change. Reaching the summit. After hours of effort, Samer finally reached the summit. He wasn't the first to finish, but he had achieved his greatest personal victory. Standing at the top, looking at the world below, he felt a sense of freedom he had never experienced before. It was freedom from the fear that had controlled him all his life. Life after the summit. After that experience, Samer's life changed completely. He became more confident and bold. He started participating in other events and adventures, becoming a source of inspiration for his friends and the people in his town. When someone asked him the secret to overcoming his fears, Samer smiled and said, "Courage isn't about not feeling fear, it's about taking the first step despite it." A lesson in courage. Samer's story wasn't just a personal adventure, it became a lesson for everyone. The townspeople realized that fear could be the greatest obstacle in life, but facing it could be the greatest achievement. Samer became a symbol of courage in his town, and his story continued to inspire anyone who heard it to face their fears and live a life full of opportunities and challenges. Don't forget your support for the channel, and thank you for watching.